Alright, gals, and everything in between. Uh, Alright, so yeah, I really want to make a video. And I need to talk about a subject that is not too good. Um, the market has basically started doing exactly what I said it was going to do. It's down 4,000 points over a period of a month. And sometimes you can see like this, like a little bit decline, back up, a little bit decline, back up. But in this case, it's now like 4,600 points or something like that. 4,600 points, and that's a lot of points. I mean, 4,600. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of drop. They even had to turn on the circuit breakers and stop the market from dropping. So what that means is that basically the stock market's crashing, so to speak, and it's slowly but surely on trickle down. The S&P 500 is down 600 and something points, and the the Nasdaq is down 2,000 points. That's as of making the video. So you've got the markets down 2,000, basically between the Nasdaq, the Dow, and everything else. You might as well say 7,000 points um, between it all. Excuse me, between it all. So basically, we're heading into an economic collapse right now, a crash, really. And the cause for it all is the tariffs. I mean, essentially, it's the tariffs. And another factor is uh, inflation, and things have gone up so expensive and everything. Um, right now would be a good time to probably get if you don't have guns, get you a gun. Get your food and everything. Right now, get your food right now and everything. You've had companies laying off, companies going out of business. Budweiser did a big cutback layoff because of go woke, go broke. We won't talk about the Dylan Mulvaney crap or whatever that guy's name is. Well, how should I put? Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Uh, yeah, that thing. Uh, yeah, so basically, um, the markets are, and really, and truthfully, you need to get your money. You need to get yourself straightened out. You need to get food. You need to get water. You need to get everything because it is falling apart hard now. It really is. And the tariffs are, I mean, some people say it's a good thing. Let it fall apart. We rebuild it all and everything else. Uh, I don't know about all that now. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the system falling apart myself. I don't like that. Um, now you are different than everything else, but me, I'm not a big fan of things falling apart. Um, I'm just not. It's just me. I don't like the system to collapse at all. I'd rather for it to keep rising up. Excuse me. Now, sinuses. When I start talking and making this video, the sinuses start bothering me, so I start yawning. Um, it's been bad this year. A lot of stuff going on, pollen and everything else, and there's people going to doctors and stuff now with allergy problems. Um, yeah, so you need to go get yourself straightened out with all that stuff. And like I said, if you don't have a gun, for love of God, get a gun, because the bottom line is, I always say, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, you don't have nothing if you don't have a gun. And because the bottom line is, there's going to be people going to come and try to take that stuff and everything else. And you'd be surprised how depraved people really are. There's some really depraved people in the world. So really, you have got to have a gun. And a lot of stuff, knives, guns, swords, everything else. And some people are like, hey, I don't believe in owning a gun. Well, I don't care if you don't believe in owning a gun, just get one anyway. And, you know, you can put a gun in a gun safe. You can take the magazine out of the gun, and you can have a loaded magazine and take it out of the gun. Don't have one in the chamber, you know, and then buy a bunch of bullets for that gun. If you're going to just get one gun, I would probably say, uh, I'd probably say get a 10 millimeter, and the reason why that is 10 millimeter Glock handgun, and the reason why that is, there's a reason for that. It's just because it's got a lot of power for a handgun, and it's able to do whatever you need it to. Well, it's not anything you need it to, but it's going to have enough power to be able to stop the enemies real good and everything. And it doesn't, and it's going to have enough power to really doesn't matter if they got a vest on or not. A 10 millimeter is going to have such a hit. It's still going to hit them hard in that chest. If they got a vest on or anything else. So I'd say get a 10 millimeter, even though it's kind of an expensive ammo. And I mean, the ammo is available. It's just that's what I'd recommend get. And I like to get a 9 millimeter, but you know I know 9 millimeter might be a little weak under certain occasions. So 10 millimeters got a little more power, a little more stretch out there. It's more powerful than 45 and 10 and 40 Smith and Wesson. Basically, it really falls into the bear gun, the bear territory handgun area, because you're in bear country, you know. So really, you know, you got to think there's some pretty big people out there. Standing 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. So 10 millimeter would be good for something like that. I'm just talking about if you're going to get one gun. Now, if you're going to get a couple guns, I'd say get an AR-15. Get an AR-15 just because the bullets are cheaper, and I'd say get the AR-15 in a what they call handgun application, and it's just basically just a little short 10-inch barrel, and it's smaller. It's got a little stubby thing here where you can like it'll be like a little stubby thing. It's got a 10-inch barrel. And I'd say get it in a handgun application because it's better for closer quarters inside your house in case you need to use it in your house, and compared to a standard AR-15. And then I would say probably get which I don't own that, I'll admit it, but I got an AK-47, which is a little shorter, more stubby anyway. So, I mean, AKs are great, but AKs also are, the ammo's getting more expensive, and the ammo's getting harder to find, and then you can reload those, but then again, if you're new to guns, you don't know what you're doing. You know, a botched reload can mess up your gun really bad. Catastrophic failure is what we call it. So yeah, the bottom line is I'd say get an AR-15, 5.56. It's just because the ammo is pretty much going to be cheaper. And you can buy a lot of ammo, and on top of that, like I said, you can get the short handgun version, and that's what I'd recommend because it's just going to have a lot. It's going to be a lot shorter for indoor range, closer quarters, and I'd say get a Glock 9 millimeter. Some people would say not get a Glock, but I'd just say get a Glock. All right. So, but anyway, I'm not trying to get off the topic of guns. I'm sorry. You know, I said I was going to make an economic video tonight, and I'm going to. Yeah, the economy's falling apart. It's collapsing. You need to get yourself straightened out and get everything straight as much as you can. If you've got a small amount of credit card debt, it'd be probably best to go ahead and do that. Get rid of that. I went to the car lot today. I'll go ahead and put up that video. It's in my phone. I have to edit it all together, which won't take too long. And the bottom line is, you know, the bottom line is those cars are going up too high. Nobody's going to be able to buy them. The price of everything is going up too high. You can't afford to buy this. You can't afford to buy that. It's like me and my mama was talking. She said they said the price of eggs is going down. And believe me, when it comes down to my mama and her Social Security paycheck, she really pays attention close to the price of eggs. And if it goes down 30 cents, I know that the eggs are going down 30 cents. Believe me, because of her Social Security money. and she tells me this stuff all the time. So, personally, I pretty much don't really pay attention to whether that's up or down 30 cents like that. As far as, let's say, buying eggs, I mean, if it goes up a dollar, I'm like, wow, that went up a dollar. But if it goes up 30 cents or just 25 cents, I'm working a job. I make pretty decent money as what I do, and really, so 30 cents doesn't really matter to me. But to my mama, who's got 5 dogs, and her and her husband are on a fixed income, they got 5 dogs and 2 horses, and they're on a Social Security pension and everything else. So 30 cents is 30 cents. Uh, but to me, 30 cents is 30 cents. But still, I don't pay it no attention. Now, don't get me wrong. I notice when I go up to the register how much things are costing, and I also notice how much stuff like candy bars are costing and stuff like that. Like, I went to buy some candy bars, some of them white. I like that white chocolate a lot, just because I take one a day to work with me. I take just because it just fill my sweet tooth at the end of the day. So basically, or sometime during the day at work. So basically, I buy the 6 pack of the Hershey white candy bars with like the Oreo cookie, the cookie stuff inside. So basically, it's like an Oreo cookie Hershey. So I got that, right. So I get those, the white chocolates, and they're $5 for 6 of those. And if you figure out $5 for 6 of those, that makes them about probably right around 80 cents a piece. I don't know the exact math, but anyway, they're right around $5 for 6 of those. Now, payday bars. Now, I was looking at the zero bars. So it's white chocolate. It's got the other. It's got like different chocolate in the center with some nuts. That was $7 for a pack of 6, and I said six candy bars, 6 candy bars was $7. Now I said no thank you. I just go ahead. I picked them up at first, and I looked how much they were, and I said okay. I put them back, and I was as I was going out there. I told that guy, I said, well, man, $2. I know where you come from, but $2, me. He said, yeah, tell me about it. I said those zero bars over there costing $7, and the guy said, yeah, I know. And he, worked at Walmart. He sees me all the time. He knows me, and so yeah, I was like, man, I said I can't believe the price of everything. I've I can't. I literally just cannot believe the price of all this crap. Sometimes, I mean, it's not like. I mean, it's like who can afford anything anymore, you know? I mean, really. I put gas in my little Honda today, and it was down below. Basically, it's got a digital odometer, but basically it was below a quarter of a tank thing, right? It was down right below that quarter of a tank mark, right thing, right? And what I would consider a quarter mark. And I went to refill that thing up today. It was $29. My gas here around my house, and that's at the cheaper gas station. It's $2.99 a gallon, and it's going up too. Okay, so then on top of that, you got tariffs coming in. You got tariffs for sending things to Canada. Then you got tariffs coming from Canada. So we got tariffs coming from Canada. We got tariffs things going to Canada. So if you got to ship it from here to build it to help finish assembly and build it in Canada, then ship it back to here. That's a two-way. That's a two-way uh, uh, thing, a two-way tariff. Then on top of that, you got Mexico. That's a two-way tariff. And then on top of that, right now you've got Trump, who thinks that he can do whatever he wants to and put all these tariffs on everybody and this and that and everything else. And all of the other countries have pretty much decided they're going to the BRICS dollar. Okay, so at any given time, if they turn on that BRICS dollar, we're all screwed. We are. We're done, man. They can turn on that BRICS dollar tomorrow, and there you go. You've got. I mean, really, what the BRICS dollar means is BRICS, which means Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And now here's where this gets kind of tricky. How much stuff do we get from Brazil? We actually get a little more than you think we get from Brazil. We really do. Brazil does a lot of trading with the United States, and we get a lot of things from there, and we get a lot of things to go there. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's really weird. But we get a lot of things to go there, and a lot of things to come from there. In Brazil, we got companies, American companies in Brazil, so that's something to think about. But here's the bigger thing though. You got Russia, okay, and Russia does this natural gas, oil pipelines, stuff like that. So if you got Russia there, so you got Brazil, Russia, and you got India. And so we got a lot of natural gas, a lot of resources, and a lot of stuff from Russia. Okay. And natural gas and potash is a big thing to be able to work our lands. And we get a lot of that stuff from Russia. You'd be surprised how much of that stuff we get from Russia. And they are basically trying to alienate Russia and put tariffs and stuff on Russia to try to end this war in Ukraine. Uh, that needs to end. You know what I'm saying? We need to end that now. Um, then you got India. All right, India, which is a really huge import of stuff in the United States. And a lot of people always think of China, but nobody realizes that now India is getting to be the old China, because China is people, the American companies and all these other companies are pulling away from there, and they're heading over to India now because there's more cheaper slave labor down there, and the people over in China have basically gotten used to a certain way of life, and a lot of people over there are just quitting their job because they are so far in debt and everything, this and that and everything else. They just quit their job now. They just say forget it, they quit their job, and they walk away. So so we got Brazil, Russia, India, and now China too, which is also one of those things. So we got India and China. Those two countries are major import countries. So if they go into the BRICS dollar, you got that problem, okay? And the way that Trump's doing all this stuff, it's really, really bad. I mean, then on top of that, you got South Africa. Well, South Africa is one of our big imports of chocolate here in the United States. I mean, a lot of our chocolate that we get here in the United States, and a lot of other things that we get. Some of the stuff we get from medicine and stuff here in the United States comes from South Africa, okay? And we get a lot of other kind of good imports from there. That's more of a natural resources imports. It comes from here from South Africa, okay? So if you got them going to it, then on top of that, our little buddy Cuba, I think they're wanting to go into it, which we really don't give a shit, pardon French. But then you got all these different South American countries, like I said, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and then South Africa, like Brazil, and then Honduras, and all these places down around there. That's the places where our food production comes from during the summertime, because it's warm down there and it's cooler up here. During the wintertime, we can't grow our food up here like that. Our fresh tomatoes and our fresh peppers and this and that comes from down there. Okay, so if they go to the BRICS dollar, well, where are we going to be? We're going to be back growing potatoes, man. You're going to be back working the garden and growing potatoes. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be pre-1920. It's going to be pre-1929 again. And that's the way it used to be. People used to grow gardens and stuff like that. And you're going to have to can that food to be able to have that and everything else. And you're going to have to know how to survive like that again. Okay? Because when that BRICS dollar comes on, we're all screwed. And that's exactly what's going to happen if we don't quit doing what we're doing. Okay? And on top of that, Trump and them thinks that they're the biggest military in the world. We have a lot of military power. We're smart. We have a lot of military power and everything else. But don't underestimate the rest of the countries, because you got China, you got India, you got China, who's got the land force military power, because they got more land force military power. They also have a good navy, and they have a good air force, and they have and they have good nuclear capabilities. They got everything else. But the biggest thing I think about China that it really is kind of crazy is how much land people they got that's in the ground troops. The ground troops are really something. And then you've got this other issue where you got Russia over here with all these nuclear capabilities. Okay, so China's got some nuclear capabilities, but not like their buddy Russia. So you got Russia, you got China together, and so you got nuclear capabilities, and then you got the land troop capability, and then on top of that, both of them have a pretty good air force. China's even got like stealth bombers like we do. We got stealth bombers. They got stealth bombers. Well, they got a great They got a great navy fleet, but not naval fleet, but not quite like Russia. Russia's got a little bit better naval fleet. They got a ship up there called a career ender, and that career ender they don't call it a career ender for no reason at all. Plus, they got a 50 megaton nuclear torpedo. Okay, they got a 50 megaton nuclear torpedo. Okay, and if that thing were to go off, it will literally send up a 1,500-foot tidal wave. Okay, the biggest nuclear bomb that's ever been put off, I think they said it's an island that's above Russia, and I think they said that was a 30 megaton, and it was enough to really put a shock around the world. You could really feel that 30 megaton bomb. All right, this is a 50 megaton torpedo. Okay, and the shit, and they can put that thing out, and they said they could even already do this. They said they could put it right down at the bottom of Britain. Britain was talking trash to them, and Britain was talking trash to them, and they said they could put it down at the bottom of Britain. They said, we're not worried about you. They said, we can just send that thing down there. One hit from that, and it'll take you out. And they're pretty much telling the truth, because they can put that thing right along the British coast, right along the coast of England. And if they go and put that thing, they can set that thing off, it will literally just wipe that country out. That is a powerful bomb. 50 megatons. I told people, I said, I'm really worried about that bomb, because I said, if they ever set that thing off, I'm worried about a ship making the whole world start having earthquakes, because that big of a bomb in the bottom of the ocean could make these tectonic shift plates start shifting and everything, and if that starts to happen, you don't know what kind of stuff might happen. It might set off earthquakes around the world. That might even make the big one, the San Andreas fault line, completely go on and off, and then there goes California right in the middle of the ocean for them setting it off in Britain. You don't know, because it might set these tectonic shift plates off. You're talking about something that's going to be able to put off a 50 megaton bomb that's able to throw a 1,500-foot wave into Britain. Okay, and that's really what you got to look forward to. I mean, really, we're in troubled water right now, and it's so much going on. I don't even know how to even keep up with it, man. I mean, I can't hardly keep up with the market. I can't hardly keep up with what's going on with the world affairs. I can't hardly keep up with what's going on with military affairs. I can't keep up with what's going on with the Dow Jones hardly. It's one thing right after another anymore. And I'm always saying, like, what do I even say about this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what do I even say about this? I mean, it's all on hell, basically. And it just wants to think it's going to be better because Trump's in office, and he's making a lot of changes, some good changes, and some things I don't agree with. A lot of things are being done. Sometimes I think he just needs to quit doing some of the shit he's doing and just get to worried about economy and fixing things, making this world a better place. But yeah, Trump needs to get his butt in to worry about what Trump's got to do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you take it easy. You be good. And you be good at it. And I will talk to you later. Yeah, but like I said, just think about it. I mean, everything's falling to hell in a handbasket, so to speak. So you really just need to think seriously about, what you're basically doing, so to speak. Okay. Anyway, take it easy. Be good at it. Watch the videos I'm going to put up after this. I went to the car lot today just to kind of mess around, and I said, well, I need a little bit of content for YouTube anyway. And so I went down there and checked out the prices of cars. And yeah, all I've got to say is the market's completely gone with cars, man. I mean, the car market's done. I'm not even going to get into the car market. It's done. It's totally done. It's destroyed. Okay, but yeah, watch the video I put up. They got these 2025 Kias and Volkswagens, and it was raining day, and it was not the prettiest day for me to be out there. So I'll probably try to go out next weekend and try to go around to some different car lots. I'm gonna try to go down to some even more different car lots that's not in this area here. I'm gonna try to get down there to those probably next weekend, I think. And this is a different Chevrolet lots. Is this quit picking on these lots that's around here and around, well, down there, and start really go on down a little further. And there's other places down there, and then that may be a little bit better. Then on top of that, we got a Ford place too. I've been trying to avoid the Ford place, and I've been trying to avoid the Dodge place because Ford and Stellantis just keeps on getting hit all the time. And really, so many people just go around picking on those two. And really, you know, there's other my point is that there's other cars out there, manufacturers like Mitsubishi, there's Honda, there's Nissan, there's Toyota, there's all these other car lots and everything else that you really got to look at also, besides just picking on Ford and Stellantis all the time. And I gotta admit, they're all overpriced. Chevrolet's overpriced. They're all overpriced. I mean, so, and I just don't get what they expect. I mean, you're talking about an $700-800 a month car payment for a cheap car. You're talking about a $700-800 a month car payment with $200 a month insurance, $250 a month insurance. So just think about that. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Anyway, you be good at it. Take it easy, and see you on the other side. Yeah, watch those little videos, and if you don't want to watch those other videos, skip on your way, and we'll be friends in the end. You just come back here next week and see me babble on. Okay? Be good at it. Take it easy. I'm out here today at the Volkswagen place. It's not a pretty day, let's tell you that. You know, last time I come out it was really cold, but this is $24,125 for a Volkswagen Jetta. I'm guessing this has the Boxer engine in it. Let's see which one. It's got the 1.5 liter, so I'm kind of guessing. I don't know, that might be a 4-cylinder. 8-speed automatic transmission. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see, double overhead cam, turbo, 4-cylinder engine, 1.5 liter. So in other words, it's basically nothing more than better than a Chevy Cruze, which we already know what Chevy Cruze was about. And then if you get into anything else, it's a little, you know, what I would consider a little bit nicer, let's say, like this GTI. This is this is a GTI, but it's not, don't seem like this is nice of a package, at least not to me anyway. $40,766. I mean, really. Let's check this guy out. I just want to take a peek. $41,134. The $41,134. Holy crap, man. That's insane. Well, while I'm at it, might as well just go and check out some of these. Last time I was in here, these are a little better price compared to some of the other SUVs. Of course, it'd be up to me. I take a Honda for the price you pay for these things, because you can get a little Honda small SUV for like $32,000. These are 30. You probably can't even see that. Maybe I can get you close enough. $37,511. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. Who can pay these prices for these vehicles? And plus, on top of that, the economy's crashing now. Yeah, just like we said it would, it's starting to do it now. So who can pay these kind of prices? Okay, so I'm back over here now at the Kia place. Kia, $45 for a Kia SUV. $45 for an SUV. Is that two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive? Let's check that out real quick. Can't really see it too well. It's getting darker on me. No, it's just a front-wheel drive. Can you see that? Front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive only. $40,000 for front-wheel drive. Can you believe that? That's insane. That's impossible, man. Who's going to ever pay those kind of prices? I mean, they might talk about see you coming, man. They see you coming, don't they? Well, while you're at it, let's just check out a smaller SUV. That's a bigger SUV. That's not a fair comparison. This is the Sportage, or they call it the Seltos, whatever they call this thing, Seltos. This is just a front-wheel drive. This is just front-wheel drive, and it's $31,545. And given between that and a Honda, because you can get a Honda for that kind of money, a little small Honda SUV. I don't understand why you would take that, considering that you can get the small Honda SUV for that. I mean, it is a Kia compared to a Honda, and I think Honda needs no introduction. Let's see, $37,215 for this GT line. Oh, it's an all-wheel drive though, so gotta give it a little credit. It is an all-wheel drive car. And, there's not too many really all-wheel drive cars. Okay, here's another all-wheel drive. $37,000. Let's try to find a non-all-wheel drive. I seen some up here. I was looking at them a minute ago. This is just a front-wheel drive. $40,000. $39,325 for K5 EX. Whatever that thing is. I really don't pay much attention. Like, these are K5s, whatever. I really don't pay these much attention, because really, here's an all-wheel drive. GT line, the K5 all-wheel drive. And it's $34,515. I mean, but you know, really, when it comes down to it, I mean, who's going to pay these prices? Here's another front-wheel drive basic. No, it's not so basic. $41,920. That's for a front-wheel drive only. It's got a 2.5 liter engine. I mean, what would you buy that car over buying a Honda Accord with a V6? You know. And on top of that, who on God's green earth is going to be paying $900 a month, $1,000 a month of payment with the way things are today and the way things are today? Nobody can really afford to pay the rent and all these other bills and everything else. And if you've got credit cards, God help you. And then they come out here and hit you with this kind of stuff at the car lots. I mean, really, if I was going to probably take one of the Kias, I mean, just being honest with you, I'd probably look at getting this SUV right here. I mean, it's only a front-wheel drive though. It's only a front-wheel drive. It's Kia Seltos EX. $31,545. Not sure if we'll be able to see in there too well or not. Not great, but it's not a fancy thing on the inside either, by no means. Got a couple other cars right here. Let's check these out. If they got a price tag by chance, and this one doesn't. See if this one does, because gotta give it a fair chance, right? $31,855, and that's a front-wheel drive. So basically, it's a more basic model of that kind of car. But I just don't get it though. Why would you pay that kind of money when you can basically get a Honda Accord V6 or something like that, or just get a really nice Toyota Corolla S package for that kind of money? I mean, like you know, Toyotas and Hondas, they don't need no introduction, man. We know what they are. I just don't get it. Well, here we go. I'm here. Might as well. I don't want to make this video too long. because I want to make another part to this video. But while I'm at it, why not? Here's a cube. The little good old-fashioned cube. There you go. $31,780 for something that's interesting. I don't know what to say about that. And then let's see, $36,420. Yeah, this is all basically one big conglomerate down here. I've been down here before and made these videos. Just want to see if there's any kind of price reduction or changes or anything. Nothing's really changed except the weather. Yep, I mean, it's insane. I just don't get it. You tell me who can afford to pay these kind of prices. I mean, really. And then on top of that, if you buy something, let's say like this cube right here, you know, if you were to, let's say, buy this cube right here, they're not great vehicles. I mean, why would you buy that cube over that CRV? And I don't even know how much that CRV cost. As is, no debt on warranty, and no price tag. You could actually get on the website to find out what the price is. But I mean, why would you take the cube? Why would you take the cube over, let's say, even this Mitsubishi right here? Why would you take the cube over a Honda right here? We got a dang Subaru right here, but that's a good vehicle right there, a Subaru. So why would you even attempt to take one of these things for that kind of price? Anyway, guys, be good.